Good evening, my name is Kathy Murphy, and I live on New Haven Road in Twin Oaks. I've been to you about this issue before, and I was wanting to get on the agenda, but life seems to go by so fast these days. Next thing you do, you look at your time, and it's after closing hours. So I just want to talk a few minutes, won't take up much of your time. But I have a growing concern about trash, junk, and debris in the county. It recently hit very close to home for me. There is a home across the road from my house that's been burned out for several years. Well, a couple months ago, somebody came in, a contractor, and they started ripping the boards off the house, and I thought, oh good, somebody's finally going to clean this mess up. Well, they came over there and they took the boards off the house, they gutted the house, they threw everything out in the yard, then they proceeded to gut the trailer behind that house, and they threw everything out in the yard. Now, there is 3 or 4 piles of trash and debris piled up in this area. My concern about it is number one, it's a health and it's a safety issue. There's small children that live next door to this property and across the street from this property. I have a dog and I have a very good cat. And recently, they have been protecting my property by killing numerous rats and mice and laying them at my doorstep. I know Alleghany County doesn't have minimum housing standards. I do not know if this would be considered something that would require a construction permit, because I don't know if demolition constitutes that. So I don't know if this would fall under, if you're demolishing a house, that you're required to get a dumpster to put this debris in or what. I do know that the county has an ordinance addressing junk as far as trash and stuff being stored on your property, household refuse, and that it's handled through the Alleghany, the health department, and it's supposed to be hauled off at least once a week. And this, like I said, has been going on over there at my property. It's been at least 2 months, and nothing's been done. I have been before y'all before about my concerns about trash and debris and unsightly buildings. And I've also been to the planning board about this issue, requesting that they come up with some type of ordinance to address these issues better. And I've also been to the planning department a couple of times to file complaints. I recently did file a complaint with the health department a couple of weeks ago. They took down all the information, but to date I have seen no significant action taking place. Everything's still sitting there. So I would just like to bring this before the commissioners and request once again that this be something that you look into. We're talking about, tourism in this county, bringing people into this county and building it as a beautiful place to live. And when you have unsightly conditions like this, I don't think it makes a pleasing area for people wanting to come. And like I said, my concern at this point is that it is definitely a health and safety issue. Some of those little kids got over there in that mess or got into that house, they could be seriously injured. If they got bit by a rat or some kind of other type of vermin, it could be very, hazardous. So I'd just like you to look into this and see if there's anything that we currently have other than the health department that might possibly address this issue and get this trash cleaned up. I thank you for your time.
Anyone else?